This conference will now be recorded.
Hi friends. So in the last class, like we discussed now the interfaces, right? So how we can create an interface and what are the ways we can create and what is the purpose of the interface we observed and so how we can create a nested interface like inside the interface how we can create one more interface or we can create inside the class one more interface. So these are known as nested interfaces. So we all discussed in the last class, and so today is very most important class. So we are discussing like it is a built-in class. So what is the built-in class means? It's the string we are discussing, and the string class is available in package called java.lang. So now I will open Eclipse so that I can show you where the class is available and how we can use those class. So what is the use of this class? We are going to see. First, I will open some example string class in Java. So this is our today's class. So this is the today's class we are discussing. What is the class name we are discussing? String. See, string is a character of like string is a sequence of characters we can call it as. So what is mean by sequence of characters? So for example, so so how we are going to see means string s is equals to new string new string. So here I'm passing A, B, C, and I'm closing the braces. So this is known as a string object of creation. See here, string is a character of sequence. I said so. Sequence of characters means so these known as a characters because internally. So when I discuss the primitive data types, we already covered about the char. So character sequence, how we can create characters. So characters means char ch is equals to so we provided like this, right? So this is known as a characters we can call it as. So these are the comes under the sequence of characters. Sequence of characters we can call it as. So bulk of the characters. So they are going to add. So we have a bulk of characters. Then we together into the one single string. Then we are calling the this is known as a string. So like so this is called the string we are calling. So these are the complete characters. So we are adding into the some single string. So this is known as a string object. So that's the reason internally string we are calling sequence of characters. Sequence of characters. So once we create a string object, so by using the new keyword, so we can perform some of the operations. We can perform some of the operations. So what are the operations we are going to perform? Like so we can concat strings. We can concat strings. Concat means we can append and we can add more strings. Once we create an object, we can add some other string to the existing string, and we can do some searching for the substring because so internally so the characters are going to store in characters, right? The string are going to store in characters. So here the A is going to store, and here B is going to store. Suddenly C is going to store. Like these objects are going to store. If you add any object, so those objects are going to store in end of the character. So by using the string object, we can concat an object. Like we can add to the existing object and newly object we can add to the existing object. and we can do some searching operations. So if you want to search the C characters, so we have some method, so we can perform like providing lost index of, so we can make it because index, based on index only we can search. So like as of now, these are the indexes and these are the characters. These are the characters. So we can perform index of 2. We can perform index of 2. How much we are going to see? The output we are going to see as a C. C characters. So this is the index, and we can perform lost index of. Lost index means we will get it with D. So like we can perform some operations on the string object. So and so now, so when creating a string object, you are creating. So once we create in a string object, we cannot change the string object. So this is the most important point we are discussing now, because internally string is an immutable. String is an immutable. So once we create an object, so we cannot change. So we have. So now what we are doing here? So we are creating an object string, and this is our heap memory, and ABC, the object is created here. The ABC is referring to the yes. This ABC is referring to the yes. So now, if you are trying to change, like, so how we can change an object? Because with the existing object only we can change, right? So like we have some methods. So what I said, s dot concat, s dot s dot concat of, So if you provide one more, like d e f. So if you concat of another string, so now what will happen here? So the string principle, what is saying, once we create an object, we cannot change the object. Now what we are doing here is, so we are appending some object. We are appending some object to the existing object. How we can know this is an existing object? Because with the reference only we are observing this is an existing object. So now what will happen? Means, so if you change to the reference, so S2 is equals to S dot concat of, is DEF we added, right? Now if you print S2, so if you print S2, what will happen? From A to F, the values are going to print. So A, B, C, D, E, F, the whole object are going to print. Only S2 if you print. So instead of S2, if you print S only, so the existing object A, B, C only we are going to see. So this is the beauty of string. This is the beauty of string object. So that's the reason once we create an object in the string class, so we cannot change the object because the string classes are so final, that is not related to change object. So in string class we have a keyword called final, so that so we cannot change the we cannot extend the class, sorry, not change, we cannot extending the string class to any other classes. So that's the reason the string classes are made final. So that's the reason the string classes are made on the final. So now So so if you want to like string is an immutable object, right? So once we create an object, the string, so we cannot change. But instead of string, we have a two other classes. So those we can use, we can change the object. So in future, so if you're developing any application, so we don't need the constant object like some restriction of existing object. So we can go for the string buffer and string builder. We have a two other classes. So what are the other classes? What are the other classes? String buffer and string builder. So these are the mutable objects. So so these two are the mutable difference is going to provide, and whereas in string is going to provide immutable features. So if you want to work on the mutable sequence, mutable features, we can go for this thing. And instead of mutable, if you want to, if you want to immutable, we can go for this thing. And if you need a mutable feature, so we can go for the string buffer and string builder. So what is the difference string and string buffer, right? So main the object restrictions we can call it as. In string buffer also we have a some method. We can do same perform like concat means we have a like append, we have a method in the string buffer, we will provide all information. So same method in the string buffer and the string builders are existed. So we can go for the same nature of our same behavior. Now we will see the creation of the string. First we will let get the more awareness of the string class. After that we will move into the string buffer and the string builder. Now what I am doing here, I am creating an a so and one more thing I want to tell you. So string buffer and string builder. These classes are implemented cache sequence interface. Cache sequence interface. So what is meant by cache sequence interface? We will see. So how the cache sequence interface are going to work. First, we will see the string object creations and how we can perform some operations on the string object. So how we can create an object? So this is the way we can create an object, right? String s is equals to new string. Else we can create because every time we are not going to create with the parameters because we can call it as this the parameters, right? So what is another way? Another way is equal string s is equals to new string. So if you observe this case, so in earlier classes we have a like go to the picture stack. Uh, Stock. No. So here we are creating in fixed stock 1 is equal to new fixed stock. Same like we are creating a string. String s1 is equals to new string. So this is known as a user defined object. So how we created as of now user defined object. So the same way we are creating the built-in class. This is the string is a built-in class. So which is available in which package? It is in java.lang package. This is the java.lang package. The Sun Microsystem people are they introduced string class in java.lang package. So this is the way of creation of string class. So once we create a string class, so what will happen? So let's open our ID. So this is the way we can create an object. Now what I am doing here is,
This conference will now be recorded.
see. So as I said, so the string class, see, we have a class called public final class java.lang.string. So I said, so which it is in which package? Java.lang package. Java.lang package. And string is a final class. String is in a final class. So that this class cannot extend it to other classes. So normally, so we will extend some other classes, some classes to the other classes, right? So we have observed inheritance concept. But whereas in this string class, we cannot extend it to any other classes. So we can make the class as a final. And this implements this is the cache sequence interface. So this is the cache sequence interface. Already I explained cache sequence interface. So this is the way of like structure of the internal structure of the string class. And once we create, so once we create a string object, so now what is going to happen internally is going to convert into the characters array because internally the strings we are going to use character sequence. How? So let's see the character sequence also. See, so this is the public string. So this is the public string.
This conference will now be recorded.
See, so this is the final class. So public final class string. So as I said, string is in a final class, and like open the package because in our last class we discussed some package is the first executable statements, right? So here also package is the first executable statements. So the built-in classes. So this is written by some people also they took the package of first executable statement. So not only some people who are developing any applications or any API, so they need to write it. The package is the first executable statement. And now once we create an string object, what will happen? So once we create a string object, so see, so what is showing here is this string constructor. This value is equal to dot value. So what is this value? First we need to see the value, right? See, but if you want to see the value, so see the value internally it's converted into char because so when we are creating any string object internally converted into the character array. So that's the reason what I'm trying to say here. So we created a string. So these ABC also converted into the character array. So now what we can do here. So character array means how the object is going to see. So we earlier explained. So it's going to create a one character array. Internally it's going to take as a elements like A and B and C. So this is the way the object is created inside the character. So internally the string is going to convert it into the char. So this is I want to show you. And now once we create an object, so what we can do. So once we create an object, so what are the operations we can perform? So what are the operations we can perform? Like so what are the other operations we can perform means see. Now, one more way I am creating an object. Let's see so how we can create. I have a char ch is equals to so again the e f. So this is a character. So we can declare it by using this is the way we can declare a character. Now what I'm doing here is now I'm creating one more object for constructor using string. So here I'm passing ch I'm passing. So this is the one more other way we can create in a character array. So we can create in a string object using the characters. So using the characters. So instead of creating in a string object, so directly we can create in a character object also because internally it's converted into the characters only. So so this is the one more way we can create an object. And one more. So we have a one more way we can create an object of the string. Why I'm providing these many ways mean so in string so we can create a many object and a many different styles. So we created this is the one style and this is the so second one. Now we created the third one. So now what I'm doing here is we have a one more other way to create a string object. String S3 is equals to new of string. New of string. So here what I'm passing here byte. So using the byte. So byte is a primitive data type, right? Byte is a primitive data type. Using the byte also we can create a string object. Byte. So for byte, so for byte how we can create because byte is going to take like it is a number data type, right? So we need to provide this some numbers. So how we can provide mean 65, 66, 67, 68. So so this is the way we can make the byte and provide the access. So so this is the one more way we can create in a string object. So these are the ways we can create an object of string class. So now, once object is created and what we can do. So first one, using the string object, we can concat some other object. We can concat using the string object. We can concat some other object, or we can do some length. So how we can concat? So using the string object, how we can concat mean string string age is equals to 9 I provided. String age is equals to nine I provide I given. Now what I am doing here is one more string I am creating. String s4 s4 is equals to s4 is equals to so using concatenation, how we can concatenate. So now what we are doing. So in age, what is the value? 9, right? So 9 here adding to the one more thing, that is an S4. So what is the output here? So he is 9 years old. So this is the output we are going to see. So this is the output we are going to see, and and so this is known as a concatenation. So this is the one string, and this is the one more string. This is the one more string, and now we are adding between some other string. So this is known as a concatenation we are doing. So we have a three strings. So we are doing all of like adding operations to make the single string. So final output is this is the single string. He is a 9 years old. So one more I will tell you using the integer also, using the integer. So how we can int age is equals to, here again I'm making 9. String s5 is equals to string s5 is equals to same thing I am copying, same I am copying here. So here I say I copy the same because previously this is an string, so no need to convert into the any type, because so we have a two or the same type, because the age also string and the output s4 also is a string here. But yet in age is the what type? It is an int type. Now what we are doing, so we are adding to the string object. So this is an int type, we are adding to the string type. So string having the behavior called so boxing or auto boxing or unboxing. So what is doing here is mean, so the string converting to the array, sorry, the integer is going to convert it into the string. So after that it adding to the string. So output is same, but operations is different. First, the integer is converted into the string. After that, the three strings are concatenating into one single string. So this is known as a concatenation. This is known as a concatenation. And one more thing. So one more. So we have a concat method. So using the concat method, we can add. So let's provide the concat uh, method in the concat string. So how the concat string is going to work? So what is doing here is concat is what is doing. So here they are creating a new string. with BUF. What is the BUF here? So they are adding the values, character values, and they are going to create a one more object because string is an immutable object, right? So we cannot append or we can add the existing value. So if we want to know the output, we need to create a one more object so that we can observe. And we have a one more method called length. So we can find the string of the length. Like what is the length of the string? So here how we can observe it. So 0, 1, 2 ch. So if you find ch dot, if you find ch dot length, so it's going to return 2. So it's going to return 2. So using the length method, we can find the length of the string. And here I want to tell you one more way creation of the string object. Here one more way I am going to explain the creation of the string. So how we can create, another way. String s is equals to string s is equals to so abc I'm creating again I'm creating abc. So this is way also we can create in a string object. So this is the one way to create a string object, and this is the another way to create a string object. So this way we can call it as literal. We can call it as a literal. We can call it as so. So this is the using the new keyboard, and just we are opening the double quotation and we are providing the object of the string and we are closing the double quotation, right? So this way we are calling the literal. So how it's going to work, the string literals. So here what I'm providing, right? So this so the earlier example we created using the new keyword, so we can call it as explicitly creation of string object. So explicitly we are using the new keyword to create an object. So in literal, the literal, so in the literal behavior, how we are creating. So so once we once we like create an object using the literal, so same method, whatever the methods are we like called earlier, so same method we can call like s dot length, s dot s dot length we can call it as like s dot concat, s dot concat we can call it as. So whatever the methods are available in the string class, so those methods we can access literal also by creating a literal string object also. So that's the reason we are making the object. We are we are trying to provide like, so we can create a string object in the two ways. Two ways is right. So one is using the literal and one more using the new keyword. Now, so conversion of, so we have a one more method which is available in string class, that is known as a toString. ToString. So how the toString is going to work? So for toString purpose, now what I'm trying to provide here is, so for toString I want to create some of the example like Pojo class. sorry. So we have a class called box. Again, I'm taking box because earlier we used in many bases for the creation of the box classes, right? So we have a double. So these three are the variables, right? These three are the variables we declared in the box class. So now what we are doing, so we have a constructor. So we have a constructor. As of now, I'm not writing because we know like else we can create the constructor also. So this dot. So this is a way of creating a constructor. This is a way of creating a constructor. Now I'm writing the toString method. Now I'm writing the toString method. So public string. See, so because the toString method is implemented in string class, so now we are writing toString. So this is the toString method. So what is going to do the toString write return. So we are making the user defined output. So by seeing these output, so we can observe so what is the value we are getting and what is the string. So now, so earlier we already discussed here. So we have a two string object and we are concatenating to the string object, each single object, right? So this is a concatenating the string object. So same like, so we are printing the, so we are concatenating the and we are printing. So this toString method is implemented in string class. So in every class, if you are trying to access, so user define these are the methods. So like this is the example I'm giving. So like these methods, we are going to get it. So otherwise, we will get the some of the hash code values instead of hash code values. So if you want to know the property values the particular object, so using the we can define explicitly toString method or we can call the toString or inbuilt toString methods. Now open our string class, open a toString method. So toString method. See this. So because so this object which is already a string itself returns itself is returned because so when we while creating a string object, so the what is the how we are creating an object, the same object is going to return because by seeing the comment of the above the string. So see, so this is an object which is already a string. It is itself is returning. Itself means by once we create an object, the same object is going to return. So that is the purpose of the toString method. That's the purpose of the toString method, and we can create an explicitly like this. So So these are the method to string and caret. We have a one more method called caret. So so how the caret method is going to work? So for example, we have a string object called a comma. So I am provided like 3. So I have a character array. So with the values having so A B C. So A B C means so 0, comma 1, comma 2. These are the indexes we can call it as. So we can call it as these are the indexes, right? So A index is how much? 0, and B index is how much? 1, and whereas C index is 2. So now what I'm doing here is, so I'm taking the S dot caret of caret of 2. So what is the value the caret of 2 I am asking? So the value is going to return C. So like, so if we want to know the particular character in a string, so we can use the caret method, and we can provide the sequence number, like index number we can provide, so that the value, what is the value are available in the particular index, so it's going to return. It's going to return. So this is the caret method. And so we have a two char array method. So we have a two char array method. So we have a two char array method. So now what is going to do is, the two char array method means, so whenever we are calling a string object, so like s dot two char array, if you call the two char array method, it's returning the string object into character style, because so we have an object like double quotation, we define an object, so we want to get it the single quotation purpose. So like, so this is the way the object is going to get it. So here, so objects are coming A, B, C. So same like the objects are coming when we use two char array method. So so this is the purpose of the two char array method. We can use it in string class. So one more method, start with and end with. So start with and end with. By seeing those methods, we are observing that start with. So start with, what is going to do? Once we provide any string in the start with method, so it's going to check. So the object is started with, for example, I have a, here I'm providing for A. So so start with like s dot start with. So object is what is s. So s dot start with ABC. So once the object is start with A, so then it's going to return true. So the boolean value is going to return. So once, so start with true, we can do some other operation, and like same way ends with ends with how much, what is the C. So s dot ends with C. So we can close some other operations. So this is the purpose we can go for it. Start with and ends with. And we have a one more method called equal and equal ignore case. S dot equal equals of, I'm creating one more object called ABC. I'm creating ABC. I'm checking what is an A here. Yes, is having, so ABC, right? So ABC, I'm checking with ABC only. If ABC and ABC both objects are matched, so it's going to return true. Otherwise, it's going to return false. So what I am trying to say, so we can check the two objects are same or not. For object checking purpose, we can go for the so equals and equal ignore case. So these two methods are used to checking the object equality of object. And one more here is going to check. So is this method the equals ignore case method? So it is going to, it will not depend upon the case sensitive. So it's going to check it is an A is upper or A is the lower. The is going to check the length of object and it's going to check.
This conference will now be recorded.
So so this is the purpose of the equal ignore case. We can use it, right? So so now we can observe the three object two objects are same or not. For this purpose, we can go for it the equal ignore case method. And so searching string also is completed. So so one more method we have called substring. So this is very much important. This is very much important. So substring. So how the substring is going to work? So because so now what we are doing here is substring. Substring it is an overloaded method because substring one time is not taking any parameters and the second time is taking some index int value. Substring so it's taking int starting point, start, and int end. So this is the overloaded method. Substring is an overloaded method, like it's having the three overloaded methods. So what is these three methods are going to do? So now, if we are not doing anything, is whole object are going to substring there. Like the whole object is going to create another object, and so here, so it is an value means so from the starting point because where I created. So here 0, 1, 2 is the index of the character array, right? So once we create a string array, we know that internally it's converted into a character array. So now I am giving starting point 1. So int value, if I am given 1, so from the starting point 1, so the BC are going to substring and it's going to create a new object. The BC are available in the another object, and this is the purpose like this the substring method. And come to the last one. So so from what is the starting point and what is the ending point, so between how many objects do we need to convert it into the substring, so this particular method is going to provide. So like so if you provide the 1 comma 2, so these two are going to convert it into string. Otherwise, so we can, for not providing anything, the whole entire object are going to create into the one more object. So this is the purpose of substring. This is the purpose of substring. And we have a methods called and we have a methods called concat. We already completed replace. So and we have a method called replace and replace and one more method replace trim two lowercase two uppercase. So and these are the methods which are available in string class. So what is the purpose of replace? So what is going to do? So by seeing the method, we can observe, right? So we can replace the existing object into the new object so that we can go for its replace method. And what is the trim method? So trim method is going to like divide into the multiple objects. So the trim method is going to not remove the space between the object. So like I created a string object. So ABC, I given the before space and after space. So so this space is going to remove. This space is going to remove by the trim method. So this the space is going to remove by the trim method. And the two lowercase, what is going to do to the two lowercase? So if the object is the string object is available in uppercase, so we can convert it into the lowercase, and the object is in the uppercase, so we can convert it into the lowercase. So for these, the two uppercase and lowercase are these methods are the purpose of is converting into the uppercase or lowercase. So these are the methods which available in the string class. So again, I am explaining string is a final class and it is an immutable object. So once we create a string object, so we cannot change the string object. And if you are trying to change the string object, it is going to create a one more object. So what is the purpose of string? So in real time application, we will use many cases the string object. So very very much important this concept. Please practice so that it is easy to know. And tomorrow we will discuss the remaining two classes. So string buffer and string builder. So those are the mutable object. How? What is the difference we can observe by in tomorrow's class? So don't miss tomorrow's important class.